G'day and welcome to another live session of Earthworks Hub. It's Sunday the 2nd of March, so we're already into March, man. I always say this, the year is flying. Before you know it, it's going to be Christmas already, so let's enjoy what we have. All right, a couple of shout-outs here. We've got BRW, Sydney Rockwall, Jeremy Luke, Tanner Peters, ADM, Jay Panham. Who else is there? M. Attard, Drew Excavations, All About Dirt, Bailey McKenzie. Man, there's so many. Days in the Digga, Sash, 2000, RA Newland Contractors, man, and many, many more. So thank you to these guys that have joined already, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot more joining as we go. And thank you for joining me. So this episode is, and we have a bunch of sponsors, but I usually dedicate one episode to each. This one is dedicated to Digga. So Digga Australia, you've probably seen this brand around, Digga. I've got a few items up there in the back. They're one of my sponsors. So this one is dedicated to Digga. They manufacture and supply all types of attachments and spares and all that sort of jazz for earth moving gear, and they're in Australia. Now, a lot of you probably know them by their augers and their halo alignment system. So everyone knows about the Digga augers with the little green and red light that goes around it. So that is their own system. They're based in Queensland. And if you're lucky enough to have seen one of my videos, I did a tour of their site and I got to see how they make all their augers and stuff. So if you haven't seen that video, go to my YouTube channel and look up Digga, and you'll see that there's a video there where I went to their Queensland manufacturing facility with my son, and we got to have a look at how they make the augers. So thank you to them for letting us do that for starters. And yeah, hopefully you guys get some good information out of that video. So there you go. All right, so they're based in Queensland, but they do ship all around Australia. Tonight, I have a guest. So I've got a guy that's going to share a little bit of information about his business, but he's also going to offer some really critical advice, especially when it comes to updating your equipment and selecting who you go to and all that sort of stuff. So you really, really need to listen into this. There's going to be a few lessons out of this. Then we're going to talk about a few other things as well. But I'm going to have this lovely gentleman come on in a second. Before I bring him on, let me just do a couple of formalities. What's Drew Excavations is already starting, saying, if you were to get a dream work, what would it be? That's a good question, man. Well, let me write that down and we'll get back to that afterwards. But let me write this down. Dream work ute. All right, we'll answer that question for you as we go. But yeah, you do definitely want to listen in to this episode, because I'm going to have this gentleman talking to us about his business, but also, like I said, giving us some really good advice on when it comes to updating our equipment and what to look for. So it was a topic that we touched on over the last few weeks, but he's got a really good input here. All right, so formalities. Don't forget to list your businesses on my website. So go to earthworkshub.com.au. You can add your business to the listings there, and then people can use your services. They can find you. There's already a whole bunch on there. So join those guys, and I'm sure a lot of people can vouch for it. They're probably already getting some work out of it. So go on and list your business. The listings of the week are, or the listing of the week, I've got to correct myself here. The listing of the week is RMK Civil Construction in Olympic Dam, South Australia. So they've just listed this week. Well done to those guys. If anyone needs some civil work done in South Australia, see these guys. If you're interested for more information, visit the website. And also, I mentioned this episode was dedicated to our sponsor Digga, but we do have a bunch of other sponsors, one being Moasure Australia, who have joined. Thank you for joining. So you can find all the rest of our sponsors on the website under the partners section, or you can also see them in the description to this video. So this will be all uploaded to YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. So if you do miss something on here, or you can't watch the whole episode, or you got to leave or something, you can always go back and listen to it on those platforms. All right. So what else? This week, just the formalities before I bring on my guest. The project and updates. You saw my clips where I did a little bit of a rock wall job with Charlie from Little Bear Earthworks. So that was a good little gig we did there. I think he's still there finishing off a couple of things. My main job was to try and get down this little tight side of the house that was under a veranda. So he hired a little 1.7 ton Kobelco. I did a review of that. So there's a video review of that machine while I was there. I actually reviewed it, but also I recorded some of the things we did with the rock walls, and it'll be good. We'll get a video of the finished product at the end. But a good interesting little job. I quite liked the little Kobelco 1.7. Very surprised. Very powerful and smooth. I had no roof on it. We took the roof off so I could get under the veranda. So I was cooking in the sun, and I ate a lot of dust because no cabin. But interestingly enough, the machine was very good, performed well, and lifted. We used a grab attachment, and it lifted all those rocks and moved them around quite easily. So it did well. And Sydney Rockwall is saying, and a great job you did. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you very much. So yeah, it was a little bit tricky going on the side of that house, trying to place rocks carefully and stack them in. So my hat goes off to all the rock wall builders. I just saw Victorian Rockscapes on here before, so yeah, I can imagine what your job is like doing that every day. So my hat goes off to you. But yeah, it was good, interesting little job, and we had some fun. So that was what I did there, and I think that is it. So the formalities are out of the way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to invite this gentleman on. So who I'm going to have on tonight is Brett from BRW Excavations. So he's based on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. So he's the guy that we're going to have on. So stick around. Let me invite him in. Brett, you're from BRW. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, mate. Cheers. Glad to be on the show.
Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. I'm glad to have you on here. So what we'll do first is you've got a story to tell, obviously. But before we do that, maybe let's start and just smooth into it. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and your business and and how long you've been doing it.
Look, mate, I've been roughly doing it for about 25 years. Probably, been thrown in the machinery from my father and friends around me. The old man bought a Case 450C drop, which I started on when I was 8 years old. And yeah, I just live and breathe it. That's it. I've tried other things, and it's the only thing I know. And I, never left the sandpit. Hated school, so that's it.
Yeah. Sounds like a common story, man, in our industry. A lot of guys have done it from when they were young and just kept going. Just like and a lot of guys have done it like through generations.
Oh, that's it, mate. The only way to learn is on the ground, and go head first and keep going.
Yeah, that's it. So, have you got your own business, or do you work for someone? I gather it's your own, is it?
Yeah. BRW is my own business. Been going for 2023 started. So, ran a company prior to that for 7 years, and just worked for other people and all that sort of stuff around the coast. So, some big people like Black Cart and subcontractor Shaddies and all that sort of stuff around here. So, the Sunshine Coast is a small place, but we've got probably 90% of the biggest players you can around here. So, you got McKellar Group, like I said, Hall Civil, they're pretty big. Around here, Shadforth are pretty much the dictators of the industry. This is
yeah, that's all the big players are up there. Actually, just before we go, can you just turn your volume just a little bit down? Is it on? What's it on now? Only because I can hear.
It's pretty low. Yeah,
is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Only because I can hear like a little bit of a background. Okay, cool. That's good. All right, yeah.
We're getting the cyclone, mate. So it's windy out.
Oh, yeah. That's it. That's coming to you, is it?
Yeah. It should be here. I reckon Caloundra, just down a bit south of us. So should be here on the 8th. Apparently, I don't know.
Man,
we've been told wrong before.
Yeah, but you say it so casually. Oh, we just got a cyclone coming there. That's right. It's just like casual.
Yeah.
Is it so common, or is that common, or what is it?
No, not common. but I mean, like, we've had enough rain as it is up here, so there's no such thing as the Sunshine Coast. Everyone knows it's just wet and miserable. It's like part of UK, pretty much. So just minus the cold. So
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go, man.
that's
I
it.
always, we've only come there for holidays, so every time we come, it's always warm, and then we go. So we must bring the Melbourne weather in and go again.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Yeah, that's it. So, I don't know how many times it's rained on and off today, but I've managed to get the mowing done, so that's the main thing.
Yeah,
So,
that's it. All right. Well, going back to the business, I suppose, what type of work do you mainly do?
mate, I do all types of earth moving and excavation work and civil, but I specialise mainly in vegetation management and just mulching and all that sort of stuff with an excavator and a grooming head. So that's my main focus. My main passion is that. You other boys can have rock walls and all that sort of stuff, like Sydney rock walls.
Yeah.
And all that. But yeah, no, I'm no good at that.
Yeah.
So
It's funny because you know what? I never really knew that many guys that did vegetation. And then recently, it's like all these vegetation guys are popping up. And I was like, I don't know if a lot of people know that that sort of work exists. Like, people get their mulching attachments and stuff. Like, what sort of work is that? Like, when you say vegetation, what sort of things do you have to do?
well, a lot of vegetation up here is just regrowth. People, basically a lot of southerners have come up, bought a property that's sort of run down and, wanting it all tidied up. We've got a lot of parameters and stuff. You've got to get flora and fauna checks and to make sure that the overlays of council allow you and permit you to do it. You don't want to be out in there with a koala habitat or overlay. That'll get you into strife pretty quick. So, but yeah, just mainly like fence lines, reclaiming just unusable land that people want to be able to use again, or just even some properties that people haven't been able to mow for years and let it grow, and you go in there and give it a tizzy up, and that's it.
Yeah. And what sort of attachments would you use or machines for that sort of stuff?
I'm currently in a 18-ton excavator with a print-off grizzly mulcher head on it. With I run blades and a bite limber because I find that it's sort of they're expensive on teeth, but it does a better job. It's a lot neater. It's more productive. Hammers are good. They just don't do it nice to finish, I believe. So, and they're a bit slower. So, if time is your main key to get in and get out, you can't beat the knives, mate.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. All right. So that's the ones that just spin around underneath the little boxing. Is that the ones?
Yeah, that's correct.
You just go down on top of the tree or whatever and just keep going till it cuts off.
The best way to start from the top and work your way to the bottom. So, yeah. Sometimes you're in the bottom, it's going to cost you because, your teeth and everything. So,
yeah.
Pretty
All
good.
right. No, that's it. That's good. Yeah. Well, hopefully some people that didn't know much about vegetation, that there's a lot of work in that. Like I said, I knew about slashing around like farms and stuff and doing fire breaks, but I never really thought about the vegetation part going into like forestry and stuff,
Yeah, well, we got, a lot of lantana around these parts, and, I don't mind steep hilly country at all. I love it. It just overtakes everything, So, and not only that, like I've gone heaps of jobs that bamboo even have just gone wild. I recently did a job at the start of the year. It was about 5 acres of bamboo that had just gone wild, and it all started with one plant. So, and it only takes one, and that's it. So,
yeah, true.
Bamboo is a pain in the butt. Like it's not the best to mulch. It's easy given the right tool for the job, but it's definitely hard.
Yeah, and the thing is, everyone plants that here. And like in Melbourne, a lot of guys put bamboo as like to get rid of the neighbours so you can't see them, and they do it all the way along the fence. And the next minute you see everyone's ripping it out, trying to get rid of it. It takes over the whole backyard.
Yeah, not only that, like, I mean, their root system itself is pretty invasive as well. So, it was another good day and a half just to go through there with the grab. I've got a special grab that basically is like a stick rake in grab in one, and it does an awesome job to get rid of that. So
yeah,
it's bamboo's not fun.
No, true. It doesn't sound like it. All right. Well, look, you know what? Before we get into your story, you mentioned something then about all the people from the south coming up, and I know on the Sunshine Coast and that you guys would have had a huge influx of people during COVID, because I remember after COVID and that everyone was just leaving Melbourne in droves. How has that impacted you guys on the sunny coast?
Yeah. Thanks Dan Andrews for being the best, real estate agent Melbourne has. Yeah. I've come across a lot of people that have cashed up, bought properties, got, friends of mine in to do work or whatever, and then gone and bought their own equipment. Look, it does put a bit of a dent in the economy and the market, and I guess we got to be a bit smarter, or wait till these fellas drop off. That's the only real way we can sort of deal with it, or work together. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Try to work together, but
yeah.
We don't have that much infrastructure up here at the moment going ahead or approved. Our councils and government around here is pretty behind. Our infrastructures and roads are very well neglected around here. So Joel, g'day Joel. It's pretty bad around here, to be honest. Need more land developed. We've got another section of place or area called Aura. It's a nightmare, to be honest. Like you can't get big in there at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be like western suburbs or something like that.
Yeah, because it is in Melbourne. It's very, very quiet. I have to admit that, and I'm hearing a lot of talk where guys are like, I'm moving up to Queensland. There's heaps of work up there and that. So I don't know if they mean mainly the Gold Coast or somewhere like that. But everyone's like, I'm going up to Queensland, and they all think there's a lot of work up there. Do you reckon that's how it is, or do you reckon it's the same as Melbourne?
Nah, I believe it's the same as Melbourne. There are big groups around here that are sort of buying other companies out. Probably due to lack of trained staff. Like, trying to find good staff around here is really hard. Most of them just go straight to the mines. Like everyone sort of gets jack of the coast, can't stand changing, trying to find work or whatever. So they just go, stuff it, sell up, and go to the mines.
Yeah.
That's where most of the people end up around here. So.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, even here, everyone talks about the mines. You can make all this money, fly in, fly out. But I don't know if I could live that life. Yeah.
No, it is a pretty hard life. Like I've done fly in, fly out, drive in, drive out. Anything you name it, done that. It's pretty hard, especially the stints and if you got family, kids, and all that, it will impact them. So. I
suppose for that little bit for that extra money, like is it worth it? Sometimes you got to work it out. Is it actually any better?
Well, that's it. You got to weigh it up. You got to see your financial options and all that. If it's right for you, do it. If the kids are a little bit older and understand, or are doing their own things, that's fine, I guess. But it's definitely hard if you want to do it with a small family. So, I couldn't see myself doing it at all.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
hard enough work working away, and working away from around here is like an hour and a half. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. All right. No worries. Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, thank you. Thanks for letting us know a bit of that information. Let's work our way into this story. So oh, wait, someone's just written here. So Damo Crooks has written, the money is not much more than town these days. So most just do it for the roster, 7 days on, 7 days off. Yeah, I suppose there are some benefits. If you like that, then you've got 7 days to yourself to do other things. It can work. I knew a guy that was doing 7 days on, 7 days off, and then during those 7 days off, he'd just go and work for someone else as well back home. You know what I mean? So he used those days to just keep working.
yeah,
But he only picked a few days. Picked the days he wanted to. So I suppose you can sort of use it to work how you want. All right. So no, thank you, Damo Crooks, for that. So let's dive into the story that you've got. So this is going to be good for everyone to learn a little bit about. We won't name brands, obviously. If we can, let's try and avoid naming brands.
yeah.
But just in general, and that, can you start, talking us through how it all started, what's actually happened? Yeah.
Well, yeah, without naming brands or getting too in depth with it for probably legality reasons, I guess. Yeah, sort of teeing off your last episode you had, choosing the right tool or right brand to represent your company. Basically, you've got to be in it, 10, 12 hours a day. Basically, definitely do your homework. I thought I'd done my homework, but try to find a dealer that has salespeople that are actually either operators or in the fitting trade or some source of earth moving, at least something other than selling attachments or hoses or something like that. Like that's a big thing. Not just a used car dealer or a tractor salesperson or something like that. And basically, definitely get a solicitor to go through your contract. If you or your partner or whatever is tech savvy or understand their terminology, get a solicitor.
When you say contract, you mean like the sales contract for the new machine?
Contract. Yeah. Because everyone's different. And recapping of exactly the same as one of your spokespersons said that find someone that's got a lot of work utes and can get to you when you need help. So
you need that backup. You need a dealer with backup service.
That's it. You don't want someone to come to you and then go, oh, hang on, we need tech services to deal with this, or find a solution, which is a pain in the butt, because time is money, as everyone knows, and if that machine's not going, you're not making money. So
100%, man. Yeah, exactly right. If the tracks aren't turning, you're not earning. Yeah, exactly.
That's it. So
so maybe I suppose if we can just sort of clarify. So I think without naming brands again, I've got to be careful here. So you've been used to like certain machines, then you've sort of thought you're going to upgrade or change, and you've gone to a brand that you haven't dealt with before, and thought, correct me if I'm wrong here, from the story you're telling me offline, and then you obviously now you're not that happy with the outcome. Is that sort of what's happened, or?
Sort of. Like I said, I thought I did my homework. Basically, these machines are built from the ground up to do what I sort of do, run hydraulics well. And I should have just stuck with probably the worst model Cabelco ever had was the -3, which I had. And mate, the only thing that I ever did to that machine on 4,000 hours was put 2 batteries in the damn thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's it.
Uh,
So,
So for everyone, it's not a Kabelka that we're talking
no,
about. Yeah, that's right. So
no,
he's
no,
wearing the
definitely
Kabelka hat
not
because
tobacco, mate.
he like.
No, I bleed blue. That's yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
Um,
it's not Kabelka he's talking about. He's talking about another brand. So, but yeah, so it is. So yeah, sometimes I suppose what we can do here is we can tell people. So from the experiences that you've had, what can you tell people to look out for if they're buying a new machine? So one, you were just saying is make sure they got like a backup service. Yeah. So make sure they've got like a whole bunch of
yeah,
utilities, utes that can come and service you straight away. Yeah.
yep. And
Uh,
have at least have 4 or 5 major mechanics in there, not apprentices. So that's another thing. You don't want someone that's thinks that they might know what to do, but yeah, apprentices are apprentices for a reason. They're there to learn, but they should be there with a trade qualified person as well. So yeah,
yeah. So I suppose.
uh,
Suppose you're right. If they're going to send an apprentice out, at least bring someone qualified with him. Like someone's meant to be supervising him. Yeah, they're right.
yeah, that's it, mate. That's it,
Yeah.
100%.
Or her.
I
Him
don't
or
you,
him or
you
her.
don't
I should
mind
say.
having yeah. Can we even say that these days?
Yeah, I don't know. I
um,
was like, or are they them? I don't know. Yeah, one of
yeah,
those. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
um,
at least bring someone with them that's supervisor, like a supervisor at least. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, exactly right. Not saying that apprentices are bad or anything like that. Everyone's got to learn. So yeah, I've had circumstances that apprentices have been really good, found faults easily. Other times, they're, too busy, worried about TikTok or something like that. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah,
Doesn't help.
that's why I'm pretty, I'm pretty, particular with my machines and my equipment and everything I have. Machines nearly got 1,500 hours and it doesn't have a scratch on it, and all I do is a lot of heavy timber. So the last thing I want is someone to be sort of disrespectful to a $300,000-$400,000 piece of equipment too. So that thing makes my livelihood. That thing costs as much as a Ferrari, so I want it to be as good as a Ferrari. So that's it, really.
Yeah. 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 And what are the other things you've learned? Have you learned what about like the parts and stuff? Would you say that's important as well? Make sure they can give you
Yeah,
the parts when they need them.
yeah, exactly. Not wait nearly a week and a half for a service kit. That's pretty bad from a place that's only 3 hours away. Yeah, I understand. Toll or other transport companies are pretty bad these days. But yeah, definitely get something that's sort of generic. So if you are up Schitt's Creek, you can go to your local truck place or whatever, or go to your local hydraulic specialist to be able to get parts as well. Yeah, that's a big key thing as well. But yeah, just serviceability and yeah,
Yeah.
having someone there at the end of the phone that actually knows what they're on about, not just telling you, "Oh, we'll send a mechanic up." Like, I can't think in my troubled times when I had a Cabelco Nathan. But that guy is a wizard. I've had small little issues with it with DPF, as everyone would know in that the dash threes. Right, yeah, someone sitting there on the end of the phone can tell you how to do it, get through the other screen, tell you how to do something like that. Like, yeah, that knowledge is definitely worth everything. That is, and he's saved me butt a few times. So it's knowledge is key, or having
Yeah.
a
So
service with enough knowledge to help you out.
yeah. That's it. So I suppose what you're saying is, yeah, like if you're going to pick a dealership, make sure that when you talk to the service guys, they actually understand a lot and can help you over the phone, even just to start. Someone's saying, yeah, why are you so careful about not mentioning the brand name? There can't be defamation against corporations. I suppose the problem here is I think, I don't know, Brett's already engaged in some legal stuff, so we can't really say anything. Is that right?
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
I can't say too much. Can't say yeah or nay, unfortunately, as much as
Yeah.
I would like to.
Yeah. Oh,
But
all right. So if we just move forward with that, so Moba's saying, will you stick with the brand for now or try and move it on? So Brett has got a machine currently, yeah. So he's dealing with that machine at the moment. And what do you think? Can you just move it on, or is that a problem now?
look, functionality wise and everything like that, it's fine. It's just, how do I put it? It's
Is it not reaching the? Is it?
Yeah, it's not functioning the way it should be, and for my purposes. So, like I mentioned, I'm always in the hills or in really crap country. So having a machine that's not going to break down and be reliable, whilst I'm, an hour to I think the last job I walked 2.5 hours to me work ute, just so I could get tools to get it going again.
What a
Yeah,
pain! Yeah. Man.
yeah, especially through in the heat of summer and tiger snakes and all that sort of stuff everywhere. So it's all right, but that's what we do.
Hey,
Um,
I'll never complain when they make me walk 5 minutes down to the lunchroom. I'll never complain again. Yeah.
yeah, that's it. I don't think you're allowed to walk around any mine sites these days. It's all just jumping a ute. So
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah, definitely really think on your next purchase of a machine. Yeah, it's
What about
like,
doing? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
no, like I thought I did my homework really well. When even drove around, seen other people that had them, hopped in there, because this company never had a demo. They don't have demos. They don't have hire fleets. It made it really hard, and especially when I got bitten prior, when I was working with another entity. They did the right thing. There's the other company, 100% on buying the machine back after it was being played up and was a lemon. I would buy equipment from them again any day of the week if I needed to. I've got no issues with them, but yeah, it's definitely go and find something that's generic and everyone is using. So yeah,
Yeah. So obviously this other mob's not doing the same thing. Obviously, yeah. So otherwise it'd be really over. I suppose it'd be really done. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. They don't. Yeah, like I said, they don't have a second hand or even a high fleet or anything like that. So the best that they can do is you hire something, they'll pay you back and put it in your credit on your credits. But why do we spend all this money on a machine to go and fork out more money to have money sitting on your credit? That's not how most people work, unfortunately.
Yeah. And what would be So what would be the best outcome for yourself? What do you think would be what would make you happy?
Try to get out of it with the least waste of money as we can. We're in talks, and they're they're coming up to some sort of a party to help out with circumstances and that, which I appreciate. Any of them trying to help out, but is good. But when you're chasing your tail or trying to contact everyone for weeks and have no real comeback, or have people saying that this is wrong and you know, this isn't within spec. The brochure says this is too big or whatever. That's neither here or there. It's you know, the thing's got this issue. Let's fix this issue.
Yeah, yeah. So has that company, they've already come out and tried to like help a few times, have they? Or have they tried to like get things fixed so that you can keep moving, or have they not been helpful at all?
No, they haven't. They're apparently they're going to be coming up soon to help out some more. You know, the machine's still under warranty, so they should. The machine's under warranty, and yeah, it's definitely hard to watch your machine sitting there where you got all this work coming in, and you can't, or you're being told you can't take it to work. That's another thing. Yeah, I've only got one machine,
so you can't use it. Yeah.
I can dig with it and all that, but yeah, can't run me mulch. Can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do the work you need to do, I suppose, like you were saying. Yeah, that's some of your prime work.
Yeah,
you can't do.
Yeah, that's it. So it's definitely hard to sort of pass on the workload to someone else, or you're a competitor or whatever. Like, you know, and being the sunny coast, the coast is pretty small, so everyone sort of knows what's going on with everyone. So it definitely makes it a lot harder.
Yeah.
Especially,
so it's hard because
especially cell gear. Sorry, like you know, with the influx of COVID, there's so many more pieces of equipment sitting around dormant in sales yards. Like I said at the start, the infrastructure around here isn't going ahead. So, you know, we've got people chasing scraps basically for work and waiting for other projects to kick off, which we don't know when, to be honest. So, it's a bit hard.
It must be hard then, yeah. Like, it's quite enough already, and then you got to pass on work because you can't do it, and it must be hard to just keep giving work away and thinking that could have been yours, you know. Yeah, it must be hard.
That's it. Yeah, exactly right. Definitely hard to pill to swallow. Watching, you know, money just dwindle out the door. So
very
hard when you're the only sole provider of the family too. So, you know, when you're sitting at home taking kids to school and all that sort of stuff of a morning. Not that it's a bad thing. It just, you know, you'd rather be out there making money for your family. That's what I'd be rather doing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right. So, I suppose for anyone that's just joined, we're just talking about an experience that Brett's had recently. How long ago did you buy this bit of equipment? How long has it been now?
End of June 23 had it. So yeah, like the equipment itself, great machine. I can't knock it that way. It's just, you know, a machine that you spend almost $100,000 more than the closest competitor. You think buying the Rolls Royce of all machines, you should have trouble free, but unfortunately, that's not the case.
Yeah, wow, I didn't even think of that. Is that sort of what prompted you to go for that? Like, is that one of the main reasons you went? Like, you thought this, you know, obviously is going to be the Rolls Royce? Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah, like, you know, having an uncle in the mining sector as well. He's, you know, yes, they're two different companies, but yeah, their name in there is unbelievable. So it's yeah, it's a bit sad that to see the outcome or how they've actually dealt with themselves. To be honest, I know other brands um, will go above and beyond, like Cabelco, but the yeah the big players of the games now don't play. They only care about if you got 4 or 5 bits of gear. If you only got one piece of plant, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, who cares? That's it.
Yeah, yeah. So it sounds like a lot of them might just look after the big fish, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody's asking questions here. Let me just flick through. Sorry, and feel free if you don't feel comfortable answering all these. So,
that's right.
so is the machine not? JJH is saying, is the machine not producing the oil flow required to run the attachments that you have? And somebody else,
No,
what it sounds like. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry to judge it. No, the machine actually produces unbelievable oil flow. Like I can groom it with it in second gear, flat out. It's unbelievable. Hence why I bought the machine. To be honest, I've I've never used a machine in that size or class that can do its capabilities or functions. So I can't fault how it's how to use it with the attachment on. It's great. But yeah, it's just other other little niggly things, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And then yeah, someone DJH is saying sounds like an absolute nightmare. And then E&B Jack saying that the cranes are temperamental too. Yeah. he's giving
Yeah,
things away here.
correct.
And
Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
well done, Jack. Dirt Effects, Mitch has joined as well. Thank you for joining. Yeah, no, well look, you know what? I know it must be hard to share the story and have limitations as to what you can say and do, but I suppose a lot of people are probably getting the gist of things, and I hope a lot of people are learning this. Say, if you are looking at, upgrading your machines or equipment, or it doesn't even have to be machinery, it can be trucks or whatever, and you're thinking about maybe moving away from, the common brands, and then maybe you think you are going for the Rolls Royce versions, and that it doesn't always mean that it's going to be the best or better. So that's sort of what I'm gathering. And it doesn't mean it's always just the equipment. It could be if you're doing other things, like you say, like it could be attachments and, if you're adding things on and stuff like that, and the type of work that you do. There's all these things to consider as well. So yeah, no, it's good to hear that, and people need to hear this, yeah, because it's not all easy. Just like, yeah, you just go get a machine and just go ahead and start working. Like there's a lot more to it, and I think reading the contract is a big thing, because I got to admit, every time I've bought machines, I've gone in with blind faith and just listened to the sales reps, and they're like, yeah, this is what you get, and this is what you get, blah blah blah, and I'm like, just flick through the contract, don't even look at it properly, and I'm next minute I'm buying this 250 grand machine, and I'm thinking, if that was a house, I'd be reading that all in and giving it to my conveyancer or solicitor to read. Yet we're buying the machine at the same value as, or not anymore, but 250, 300 grand, and you're not even reading the contract. We're like, oh yeah, no worries, and just sign off on them. It's funny how we see them differently, isn't it?
Oh, that's correct. Buying a piece of equipment is, like we're walking through a toy store, just going, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
It's one of them things. We're half blindsided anyway because we're getting a new piece of equipment. You thought that your heart's chosen well. It's ticked all the boxes, and unfortunately, there's other things that pop up, or you can't use this brand of oil with that machine. You'll void your warranty. This could void your warranty. You can't use this grease. You name it. Some things in clauses in your dealer purchase can affect that. And I'm just saying, go through it, read it, get someone else to read it if you can't read it. Yeah. Oh, Steve, how are you going, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah,
SJT's
like I
joined.
said,
Yeah.
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 There is a few of us in the predicament. I am. Not saying that mine's different to others. We're all in the same boat. So we've got to sort of find a solution or find someone that'll help fight us for that solution or outcome. So, like even Dirt Effects Mitch, I know he's had a few niggling issues back in the day. He's been a good help or good someone to listen to. So Steve-O. It's just really good to sort of talk, that you're not alone, because you feel like you're alone. These companies make you feel like you're alone, and they feel like they can push you around too. So, just because you've only got that piece of equipment, that's your whole livelihood. And if that's not working or not running, what are we going to do, mate?
Exactly. No, you're right. And I think you probably answered some of those questions before about someone here. So ProX Civil is asking, what specifically should we look for in the contract to protect ourselves? I think what you were saying before about making sure that it tells you, if you don't use the right grease or the right oil, your warranty is not include. If you don't use all that stuff, you're going to get void. What are some of the other things, like anything specific you can say, that we might not know about? Is there anything that you can sort of highlight?
Yeah, well, like the other thing that we can highlight is just with, yes, doing your own services and stuff like that. Yeah, it's can be valid under their clause, but has to be with their lubricants and all that sort of stuff. So for that to continue, or you have warranty on your machine that you've just spent thousands of dollars on, yeah, you got to tick all them boxes, eh? So
yeah. Even oil samples too. I've heard that too. Like so even if you service, some of the things I've read, because after you mentioned that, I spoke to someone about it, and they're like, "Oh, did you know that even if you do all the right things, use their oils, their filters, and everything, but if you don't do or send in oil samples, they can turn around and say, well, you didn't send in oil samples, so we can't tell, if the oil was actually really changed or if there was something in there and could have prevented it." So I suppose, there's little things like that people might miss, and that's it.
Yeah,
they're not going to be covered.
That's it. Look, a few circumstances. I've had a couple of services done already with this machine, and even asking for the oil samples to see if they've come back with anything or whatever. Like, you want them to be very transparent. You want to know what's your machine's up to and that, and even trying to get oil samples or anything like that back out of the company is like pulling hen's teeth, unfortunately. Even for any recalls or anything like that, trying to get photo evidence of why this has failed or why that's failed, that's really hard too.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a shame. I'm not knocking the brand itself or anything like that. It's just, I think there's a few things that can be changed or done better to help just, people like me. Yeah, I'm one off. I'm small. I'm, tiny compared to all these other people. But we're the ones that actually go around and talk or, say, yeah, I know how good it is. So you can have that next sale. That's the other thing.
Yeah, that's true. I was just writing a few things down. Sorry, I've thought of a few questions then. So the other one I was going to say to you is, so what about, have you also learned that it's good to keep a paper trail, like always keep records of the emails you send in? So once you do start querying something about your machine or you're not happy about something, I suppose, would you say that it's wise to like always email and always have everything written down and dates and times? Would that be something you've learnt as well?
Yeah, 100%. Definitely write everything down, put everything in the diary, take photos of faults, whatever you can. Yeah. Document it the best you can, and write everything down. That's the main key, just to cover your ass, because they may have a lot more money than everyone else, but evidence is key to anything.
Yeah, well, nowadays we've got our phones. They got, we can record stuff. You can take photos. So that would be vital, I suppose, if you want to get, some evidence of the machine not performing or doing something, if you can, I suppose, record it, and you've got the evidence there, you can show them, look, it's not working. I've got video footage here, you know.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I was just reading one of Mitch's comments.
Oh yeah. Yeah, here we go. Oh, so yeah, we've got record time wrote great advice. Sorry guys, I haven't seen the. I've been too busy yapping. Dirt Effects Mitch has written, "This is great, mate. This is the first live I've listened into, and definitely won't be my last. You're both spot on. You pay top dollar what you believe is a premium product, and then things still go wrong." Yeah, thank you very much, man, for the kind words. 100% pics and videos of the issues is best. It's time stamped and helps show exactly what's been happening. Yeah, exactly, man. So that's it. Yeah, he's just saying what we said.
Yeah,
no, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I think he's right. No, thank you, Mitch, as well.
Mitch, yeah, he's a bloody legend. He's dead right. He's not the only one that's had issues with equipment in his past. Anything that you can. Hell, even if you have a stupid newspaper the same day, you know, you went and grabbed your copy, take a photo of it with, you know, the date on it. No, yeah, it's good. You know, landmark where you broke down. Even I've done that. You know, just to give a reference point, I've had yeah.
Dirt Effects. He's riding your good head radio. Yeah, not much for videos. Yeah, it's funny. It's hard when we go live because when we start talking, we always end up reading the text as we're talking. So sometimes we get sidetracked and people write stuff. So if you're wondering why we go off a little bit, sometimes because we start reading.
That's it. Yeah, no, I'm waiting for a bloody kid to rock up. That's what I'm waiting.
No,
it's
very.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like I'm saying. The whole document anything and everything. That's your key. Even you know when they've come out and done services and stuff like that, or take photos of a machine prior to when it's been serviced, or even if it has been serviced correctly, as Steve-O has pointed out as well. Yeah, because you know you can't do final drives when the drain bung is at the top of the drive motor. That's for sure. I've seen that a few times on people doing, you know, paying for a service that's not there. So, but yeah, I've learnt to, you know, deal with these issues. Trying to get through it, trying to work through it with everyone else. Yeah, that's a good one. Machine technicians should take photos as well. Yeah, they should.
Yes, that's good. They should. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for that, TR Society. Yeah. You know what? As well, I was thinking receipts. You know how we said before, if you're buying your own filters and buying your own oils and stuff. Also, yeah, make sure you keep those receipts so you can say like, I bought this stuff on this date from this store. You know, so you've got receipts as well. Keep receipts.
100%. Yeah, exactly. You know, write it down in your book. I try to use the OEM for everything. Cars, you know, trucks, you name it. That's what, you know, I'm pretty meticulous on all my gear. So yeah, it has to be OEM or don't even bother. But I do get a bit peeved off if the tech has scratched or, you know, been careless, because then that means, you know, what work are you paying for? Are you paying for someone to get the job done quickly, or are you paying for someone to turn up, you know, and do the best? So, you know, we get paid to turn up to people's places to do the best that we can do. So why can't they?
Yeah, exactly, man. And I think nowadays with technology, you'll find probably that a lot of the dealerships that are probably, you know, a bit more up to date with tech will have their service guys. I'm pretty sure they'll have them taking photos of stuff as well as they go. Like I imagine that's what's going to start happening more and more, because everyone's starting. They'll probably have like apps where when they get there, they put the time when they get there. They'll probably have to take photos, sign off when they finish. I imagine there'll be a lot of them starting to do that.
Yeah.
If not already, they might already be doing that. What I was going to actually say to you is just going back. One more thing before we go back is with your issue and that. Is there another dealership that you can deal with this type of machine, or are they sort of have they got? Is it just one dealer that sort of deals with this?
No, so we've only got one dealer that can deal with Queensland altogether. They do have like other sectors for the mining side that will deal with the earth moving side, but we've only got one, and that's the hardest part as well. We have asked them to put, because there's X amount of machines up this end now, put a tech or give tech that we have all worked with the information or software to just help out or lighten their load, but it's pretty hard. They won't, if they're not going to listen to us now, what's us going to say to deal with them? So unfortunately.
So go ahead.
Yeah, it's just saying it's hard because even if we ring up another branch or whatever like that to get information, try to get information faster to help us, because time's money. They can't help because that's out of their jurisdiction, it's out of their area. So you're just talking to someone for a chat, basically.
Yeah, well, that was a question I was going to ask. Can you go to another state or maybe even international if you have to? You know what I mean? So, like, how can you escalate it? But you just answer it. Then they will probably say, "Oh, no, it's not our job. You got to talk to the guys you got it from."
Yeah, well, that's it, mate. So, I have spoken to overseas and stuff like that, and have had really good success with finding solutions. But it's the liaising from here, or it gets sort of lost in translation between overseas and here, and then it's all still got to go through tech services, and then they've got to work it out. It's a long process, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Where like Kobelco or Komatsu or something like that, they just go, "Oh, we know what the issue is. We got the part here in stock. We'll just send a tech, put it in. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, we'll work on plan B."
Yeah.
But we got the parts there waiting. So we're sort of the other circumstances is, you don't actually have parts in stock all the time, or they'll rob them off of new machines and stuff like that. But which is good because it will get you out of trouble. So but yeah, definitely do more homework than you should. That's what
definitely. It sounds like it. A couple of guys have kept writing since we spoke. TR Society wrote scratches on machines from the technicians comes down to respecting other people's property. Very true. Other people are agreeing. Bare Earth is saying yep. And ADM saying if a technician scratched a Ferrari while servicing it, it would be a different story, but it's a similar price. Exactly right, man. Exactly right. And they'd fix it pretty quick, yeah. And I'd say the technician would probably get the bullet after that as well, yeah. Everyone's agreeing there. And then TR Society saying the difference with the Ferrari is the servicing is done in a different environment, unfortunately, and it's all video recorded, yeah. I suppose because we're outdoors, they come out, work on them on site. There's heavy tools and it's in the mud and stuff. I don't know. It depends. It is a bit harder, but you're right though. Yeah, like we've got $300,000-$400,000 machines getting serviced. It's almost the same price as a Ferrari anyway, so it should be treated the same exactly.
Yeah,
at least the machines make us money anyway. Ferrari won't do anything. Just suck our money dry.
Yeah, exactly. But it'd be nice to have a Ferrari.
It would be. Yeah. I'll stick with my Tirana for now. I'm happy with that. Yeah,
that's it. So,
that'll do for now. No, look, I really do. I appreciate that you could come on and talk about this. I know it must be hard for anyone that has to do this. But it's good. It's good that you're willing to come up and have a chat about it. And like I was saying, even though we haven't named brands or what's gone into too much detail, hopefully people get the gist of it and can learn something out of it. Is there anything else that you wanted to add? We're sort of getting close to the end now. So is there anything you want to add before we sort of finish up?
Oh, look, it's not like I'm knocking the brand at all, to be honest. They have been helpful and all that. It's just also do your homework on how many people have actually been through the doors working for the company. Because if it's just like a revolving door, one in, one out, it's going to be hard for them to know the product and sell you the product, to be honest. Yeah, you got to pay, I keep plugging Cabelco. 90% of them have been there the entire time. Dave and Nathan in the workshop, Marco in sales, or Timmy and Volvo. They're all long time people that have been in the industry. Everything's going to have their issues at the end of the day, but it's what's going to have the most amount of issues, or what you think is going to have the most amount of issues. Can you live with it? Can you afford to deal with it? Most of us can't, but if you've got a fleet and you can, well, good on you. It's definitely a hard pill to swallow when your machine's sitting there and all the work's just walking by you, basically.
Yeah, it must be hard, man. Must be hard. And like you say, it's quite enough already, and then to have that on top of everything else, it wouldn't be easy, man. I feel for you, and I'm sure everyone else does as well.
That's it. Everyone's in the same boat, I guess. Fighting for contracts, or fighting for just hourly rate. Like around here, it's dictated by a lot. You used to be able to go to civil jobs and get fuel covered in your rates. That's next of a near a thing in the past now. I hear of 30 tonners at $180 an hour, and they got to put their own fuel in it, and that's pretty insane, to be honest. They got a big tank. They probably go a couple of days, but still. It's the
same.
It's just in the back pocket.
Yeah, same in Melbourne. I think in Melbourne they might even still be getting even less than that, man. So and you still got to supply your own fuel and everything. So yeah, it is. It's tough. It's tough, especially when machines are going up in price, hydraulic oil, fuel, everything's going up. Operator fees, insurances, everything's going up except for the hourly rates. Yeah, it's funny.
That's it. And the other thing is, all these emissions that are coming in, we're not part of that sector, but, tier one groups, it's going to be harder for everyone. Like AdBlue's like $2 and was it $2.10, I think, a litre around here. It's just another, hit to the back pocket. You can't go without it. It has to be there with you every time. So it's definitely going to be another breaking point. So try to go back to tier 3. Just soot. We all love soot, so soot and straight pipes, that'd be good.
So, yeah.
Keep it simple.
No, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Keep it simple, man. I'm just my I don't know if it's your internet. Can you see me? Am I gone blurry?
Yeah, you're blurry, but it's probably mine because something's blowing off a Starlink or something like that around here. Who knows?
Who knows? No, but why? Oh, you're back again. Here we go. Yeah, yours went blurry for a minute, and then I lost you for a sec, but you're back. It's good. Yeah, no, I did hear what you were saying though. Yeah, that's right. Everything's going up, but yeah, it's just trying to keep things going on it can be a bit hard. I'm just looking back. There was a few comments back here. Oh my gosh. Sorry, man. So yeah, Terra Pro said he missed most of what we were talking about, but he's joined and noticed we're talking about servicing, and he said that he took a photo of his digger before his 2,000-hour service, picked it up with a ram cover caved in, and then it was replaced with no trouble though. So someone must have done it while they were servicing. But he said if he didn't have the photo, he wonders whether the same thing would have ended up the same. And then everyone's saying that that's good that the company did it, and we're getting some good thumbs up here. And people saying know your worth with your rates, don't drop them. And what else? Oh my gosh, there's so many I've lost here. What else? And then ADM saying, do people consider fuel consumption when choosing a new machine? Would it make or break a decision? Well, I suppose, yeah. What about with yourself? Like, did fuel come into the equation as well?
No, not for what I do. My machine will chew, like with the grooming head, a tank, so that's 200 litres by about 2 o'clock. So start at 7 or 6:30, go to about 1 or 2 o'clock, and it'll chew 200 litres. So fuel with the attachment just goes out the window, unfortunately. But on a civil site or earth, a job that you're going to be down in your hourly rate, yeah, definitely. The fuel consumption will be good, but I don't know. I'm just old school, so you rather pay for that diesel if you're burning it. So you can't just sit there and look at your phone all day. You might as well be burning fuel and doing what you love. So
yeah, don't just play. I know a lot of guys are like, I turn my machine off as soon as the supervisor's not around, or all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, no, turn it off. And I'm like, yeah, but then if they turn around and see you not moving, they're going to be like, all right, that machine's off site first. But it's like a catch-22.
That's it. One of my mates who we actually sold the Cabelco to, he used to run it in the economic mode for most of the day, and then realised why the DPF was getting so full and stuff like that. I just told him, leave it in power, mate. That's the best way for it to do the burn. But yeah, if you are going to run into issues if you try to run them in economical mode all day. That's the other thing. So these tier 4, tier 5 final machines, if they're not running in power or get a good cleaning out, you're going to end up in strife, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's true. And look, you know what? We did an episode on that not long ago with Aaron from Definitive Contracting, and he was saying that, like it's better to be full revs or almost full anyway, and it helps the engine actually. So less pressure on the hydraulics, and you're not and you're burning off. If you've got DPF and that, you're burning it all off quick. Man, the comments are coming fast. I can't read them all. Just slow down.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All buckets, Adam. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There's not
that's it.
Over the bucket, it's got to spill over the sides of the truck. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's it. And then Ashton Lavering is saying, he finds that fuel consumption usually seems to be of interest in the bigger gear. So Ashton comes from the Komatsu guys. Full buckets, full bucket rev, full noise. Everyone's saying full noise. He's saying in Japan, TR Society is saying in Japan they monitor it on all sizes. Of course, Japan would. They'd be monitoring every little thing on the machine, even how quiet it has to be. This dog, I can hear a dog. Can you guys hear that in the background? Wait, stop. No, there he is. It's like they know. My neighbours know. Ivan's doing a live. Let's be as noisy as we can. It happens every time. Let's leave the dog that never barks. We'll put him out exactly when he's doing his live.
That's it.
Can you hear him? I don't know if you can hear him.
Nah, I'm surprised you can't hear the wind or the rain at our place.
Yeah, no, I can't hear anything. Oh, there must be good quality speakers. Oh, now he's on. I can hear him now. He's even closer. Anyway, all right. What have we got? I've lost all these comments. Well, you know what? I won't keep going through everything because we'll be here forever, and everyone that's listening to the episode will be starting to fall asleep now. So wake up, everyone. Wake up, guys. We're at the end now. You can all wake up now. Now, I'm sure this was an intriguing episode. I can see there's been a lot of people commenting, which is really good. That's a good sign. Someone here, last one. Nielsy's saying, we buy for the best resale to make it easier to get into the next machine. And if you do get stuck for dollars, it makes it easier to sell. I suppose, that's right. You got to look at that too. And then people people are sending each other love hearts. I like that. That's good. We got all sorts. Yeah. Oh, no, it's good. You know what? It's like a community, and like you're saying, it's good to know that you're not alone. So at least now everyone knows as well. And I'm sure like a lot of people have been in the same boat or thought about the same type of things. So we need to hear these sort of episodes. You know what I mean? People need to know that they're not the only ones going through it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we're not alone. You know, you're not alone. Anyone else that has issues, you know, feel free to reach out or whatever. I'm not the smartest bloke in the world, hence why I play in dirt. So it's if I can help out anyone, that's the main thing. We're all here to help.
That's it, man. That's good to know. It's good to know. And Dirt Effects, Mitch is asking when's the next live. We do these lives every Sunday. So every Sunday, 8 p.m. Melbourne time, we do Sunday lives. And then I do individual ones during the week as well with people. So sometimes we'll do some people don't like to go live. So we do some individual other ones separately and then just post them up. And and I go live sometimes during the week while I'm working as well. So if I'm sitting in the machine, sometimes I go live and put the camera on. So, but every Sunday, definitely.
Got to get Mitch on. He's good value for money.
Yeah. Oh, Mitch, mate, Mitch, hit me up, Mitch. Hit me up. Send me a message, Mitch, and then we'll tear it up, man. We'll have to get you on. What's the Diggs on the Dig saying? It's not okay to be okay. I'm here to hear you out. There you go, mate. There you go. I was wondering where he's been all night. He's been quiet. I haven't heard from him much. Usually he comments a lot. Yeah. All right. Okay. Hey.
Oh, no, yeah. You usually hear from, you know, every Sunday, don't you?
Yeah, he's on every Sunday. Yeah, that's it. Tells me to keep practicing. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, he's all right. He's good. You know what? It's good. Good to see the same people always as well coming on, and that means that it's obviously interesting. So I like that. I enjoy it. That's it. I think we'll end it here. I do appreciate you coming on once again. I won't repeat myself too many times, but thank you very much for coming on. I truly like to have people come on and share their stories because I reckon it's going to help everyone. So this is a good one, a perfect story for everyone to hear. I wish you all the best with the process that you're going through, and hopefully it all works out for you. Keep us posted. Maybe in I don't know, in a few weeks or whatever, or when something changes, send me a text and then we can do another one and update everyone on what's happened. You know. So if something does change, feel free, hit me up and we'll do it again.
Sounds good. Yes, sounds great. All I can say is just stay away from the brochures because they're just pretty pictures. Do your research. Yeah, true. It is. Yeah, everything can look good in the book on the book, mate. Yeah, exactly. No, true. That's it. All right. And then for evidence, learn everything that is in those books. That's what you want to need to know as well. So, study as much as you can, write as much as you can down, take photos, and talk to as many other people as you can. And get private. The other good thing is get someone in there private to come and assess your same situation. Yes, it'll cost you money, but it's definitely a piece of paper that's going to help you in the long run. That's what I can say. And if anyone needs help, I'm here to help. So shoot me a message, whatever. I'm easy to contact. So yeah.
All right. No, good. Thank you. Thanks for offering that out. Yeah. If someone was asking, what's your company name? Yeah, BRW Excavations.
That's it.
So definitely if you want to hit up Brett. Earth Moving Rounds is saying, don't forget there are Catos out there with over 30,000 hours on them, and they're still loading out. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good old Catos. Never dying machines, mate. They're good. Yeah. So there's lots of brands out there. We had Ashton was saying to need a brochure still in your up. So there's a few offerings there. So you never know. This is the community that can help you as well. So if anyone's got something they can offer Brett as well, so yeah, feel free to help the guy out, man. Brett, thank you once again very much for coming on. I appreciate everything. Guys, if you haven't heard the whole episode, you can always go back and listen to it because I post these up on YouTube. They go up on Spotify and Apple. So go back and listen to these if you want. Good to listen to while you're sitting in the machine working podcast on and have a listen. There's plenty of episodes there to look at, to listen to, and there's a lot of YouTube videos to watch. So there's heaps of videos that aren't just podcasts. So there's product reviews, there's me doing projects and all sorts of stuff. So go and watch that. If you haven't already, go to YouTube and subscribe. If you haven't followed me on TikTok or any of the other ones, go there as well. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, join the Facebook group, and use my website. The website has heaps of information on there. So there's all sorts of things you can look at to help you on there, events, jobs, all our partners offering discounts and all sorts of things. So just go to there and have a look. You can list your businesses on there. And once again, if you want to ask Brett any questions, he's opened up that for you guys as well. So BRW Excavations. Brett, thank you very much.
Thank you, Owen.
No,
Appreciate it.
no problem, man. Good luck with it all. And to everyone, have a good night, have a good week, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care, guys.
Cheers.
All right. Brett, take care, man. I'll speak to you anyway.
Thanks, man.
Thanks again.
Appreciate it. Thank you. See you, mate.
Bye-bye.